I was created to lead Omnics into war.
Ramattra,
But all I
one of the most prominent figures of Overwatch 2, being one of the main antagonists for the story. His past is shrouded in pain, hardship, and a contorted view of humanity. It all dwells from him being an OR-7000 Ravager unit during the Omnic Crisis, being made to lead Omnics into battle and fight against humanity after the rogue Anubis AI took control. And now, in present day, he fights against humanity once again for a better future for him and his kind. After the crisis had ended and the war was over, OR-7000 units were being rounded up and killed, leaving Ramattra as one of the only units left. Feeling lost, angry, confused, he sought to enlighten himself. After hearing rumours of Aurora and her pilgrimage to the Shambhali monastery, he decided to venture forth to Nepal in search of enlightenment. It was here that he decided to train as a monk on the Takata Mandata and study the ways of the Iris and the importance of Omnic kind coexisting with humanity. While here, he would cross paths with another Omnic, known as Zenyatta. The two would go on to be as close as brothers, even staying up at night, counting stars, and wondering how many other Omnics were doing the same. As time went on, Ramattra failed to see the monastery's quest to enlightenment and peace with humanity gaining any progress. And after an incident with humans that almost resulted in the death of his dear brother Zenyatta, he decided he would leave the monastery to take action in a more practical sense. He tried to convince Zenyatta to join him, but he denied, and the two went their own ways.
Brother Zenyatta, have you reconsidered joining me?
I still have much to learn here.
I had hoped we could continue our journey together. We will meet again, Zenyatta.
Now, Ramattra was on his own path, and had his new ideals and beliefs. One such being that humanity does not want to share their world, that the coexistence the monastery was pushing for was no longer feasible. Ramattra went on to form Null Sector with a group of other Omnics, Nameless, Lana, and Zera. Having found an abandoned Omnium, the one in which Ramattra was made, he gained its access codes and restarted its assembly lines. After 2 years of building an army of expendable robots, it was time to put his vision to the test with the London Uprising. Unfortunately for Ramattra, his efforts were overcome, and Null Sector was defeated by an Overwatch strike team consisting of Tracer, Torbjorn, Reinhardt, and Mercy. A factor he did not consider due to Overwatch being banned from interfering in the United Kingdom. Lana was killed in the crossfire during the uprising, and Nameless and Zera abandoned their cause, fearing Ramattra and his ideals were growing too radical. Also, with the Shambhali monastery condemning Null Sector and their attack on London, this only fueled Ramattra's rage, as he labelled the monastery as traitors to Omnic kind. He was now left alone to lead Null Sector and bring his kind to the ultimate freedom. Until an offer would be extended to him. Doomfist, now rising to power in Talon, would offer Null Sector the aid of Talon, as Doomfist sees Ramattra and his cause as noble but doomed to fail without his help. Now, Ramattra is leading Null Sector on its mission once again for Omnic rights, freedom, and survival at any cost. Now, why do I think he is such a well-written villain? Well, when I look at Ramattra against some of the other villains of the game, I see one who I honestly root for. I see someone who has gone through hardship, has struggled, once designed for war, to kill humans, turned to peace to try and push for a better reality for his kind. And yet, when that peace was not working, he changed his approach to a more radical view. Depending on how you view him, Ramattra is either a noble freedom fighter, doing whatever it takes for his people to live a better future. But on the other side, he is a raging terrorist, forcing an ideology that he believes should be enforced whether Omnics want it or not. That no matter their living circumstances, Omnics should not care about humanity or their survival. Now, I'm going to use Thanos from the MCU as an example here. Thanos is also one of the best villains I've ever seen, if not the best. I see Ramattra and Thanos as very similar. Both of them have an ideal, a goal, and both are willing to do anything to pursue that goal. And no matter what, they both believe that what they are doing is right. What they are doing is for the betterment of the people they want to help. Ramattra doesn't fight for power or to push the limits. He doesn't fight for honor and glory. He doesn't fight for money or information. He doesn't just fight for fun. Ramattra fights for his people. He fights because he believes that his people deserve a better future, and he is determined to achieve that future no matter the cost. He truly believes in his head that what he is doing is right. What he is doing will help his kind survive. He understands that his approach is extreme, but he believes that this extreme, radical approach is the only way for Omnics to survive. Now, do I think Ramattra is justified in his mission to free Omnics from their oppressive rulers? Yes and no, which is what I like about him. I can feel for him. I can see why he does what he does. I can understand his goal, but Ramattra is flawed. His ideal is flawed. Ramattra believes that all Omnics should conform to his ideals and rise against humanity, that Omnic kind should not care about humans or their survival. But Ramattra's ideal doesn't apply all around the globe. Omnic-human relations are different all around the world. In places like Junkertown or King's Row, Omnics are being oppressed, being pushed aside in favour of humanity, being viewed as nothing but tin cans and tools, even being hunted, beaten, killed. But in other places around the world, Omnic kind live peacefully alongside humanity, even thrive together. Places like Numbani are safe havens for Omnics and humans to live together in peace and happiness. But this is the nature of having an ideology. It's going to resonate with people. People are going to agree. But you'll also have people who won't agree, who will view the ideology as too extreme, not necessary. An Omnic being oppressed in King's Row or being hunted in the outback of Australia might agree with Ramattra and his mission. But an Omnic from Numbani might view it as completely unnecessary, too extreme, and yet might not want to rise above humanity, might be perfectly happy living alongside them. Ramattra sees that the Omnics should rise against humanity everywhere, without seeing that some Omnics are happy living alongside their human counterparts. But Ramattra isn't perfect. He is a deeply convoluted character, but that's what I like about him. He's not streamlined, one personality, just hates humans and that's it. He is not above working with humanity. In fact, if their goals align, he is happy to work with them, looking at it as a welcome breath of fresh air, even agreeing with humanity on certain aspects. Like how he agrees with Fire that the Anubis AI should have been destroyed. He does not wish to see humanity wiped out. He wishes for his kind to survive and not see extinction. It's those weaves and bends in his character that makes me enjoy him so much. He's not a villain for villain's sake. He has an understandable goal, one that he wants to achieve. Granted, he may not go about it the right way and lets his rage and emotion take over, but his goal is one that makes it hard for you to hate, one that makes you almost want him to succeed. Ramattra is perfectly flawed, and to me that's what makes him such a good antagonist, and why I like him so much. Other than him just being really cool and his in-game kit being really fun, his character is what keeps me coming back. He's not bad for the sake of being bad. He's an understandable villain, one with goals that he wants to achieve, those goals that clash with others, one that you can get behind, that you can understand. Morality wise, it's a little skewed, but he just wants what's better for his people, and I can understand that. It makes it hard for you to hate him, because at the end of the day, he cares about the ones close to him. He cares about his people, and is willing to save them at any cost. If you managed to make it this far into the video, thank you. It really means a lot. I was just kind of sat here last night and I really wanted to make a video talking about Ramattra because he is my favorite Overwatch character and I do love him so much, and I think he's got an amazing story, and I'm kind of sad that the PvE is not happening. As you know, a lot of us have been sad for a long time about it. I do think he's the coolest Overwatch character, and I do think he's my favorite. So I just wanted to talk about him. I just wanted to make a video talking about him because I do really like him. I love his backstory. I love his character. I love his design. I love everything about him. So I just kind of wanted to talk about him a little more. So if you did enjoy the video, please do hit that subscribe button. It does help out quite a bit. I would love to make more of these sort of videos on Overwatch characters and then branching out into other stuff as well. So if you did enjoy, hit that like button as well. All my social medias are linked in the description, as well as ways to support me further. But yeah, I love you. Thanks so much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.